Okay, so some of you have put together your contact table, you've put together your email script, you've put together your ethics approval, and you've started doing some note taking. But I've had a few questions about how can I enhance my evidence? How can I really maximize my grade and try to develop my analysis and meet more performance standards? So I'm just directing your attention to part of booklet 3, which was when we looked at how a person would analyze and develop their planning of their processes. So what we want to see for a really high level is that you've really thought about the ethics, the capability, and how you're going to meet those things. Now, some of you will have already covered this in your ethics approval. So don't write the same thing twice. You might choose to just talk about capabilities, or you might choose to just do the purpose of your interaction. This is a guide only. It is not the be all and end all. You don't have to repeat yourself. I don't want you spending time saying the same thing twice if you have already justified your planning in other activities. So this is an example of what it could look like. We have this student who wanted to interview adolescents. This is why they're doing it. They have some ethical ideas that they're going to follow. They have some capability ideas that they're going to follow. And then they've drafted some questions, okay? Then they go on to talk about how they're going to get permissions from their people so they can show their ethics. And then they analyze the interview questions that they're going to be working through. They've got their phone call script, which you guys have done. They've got their email script, and then they've analyzed. Okay, so here is my template for how you could do this. Number 1, state why you want to interview these people. And again, you might have already talked about this on the purpose, maybe in your proposal. Build on it. Get really specific. Ethics, if you feel like you could get more detail into your ethics, then definitely chuck a few things here. Use your SACE diagram in booklet 4 to help you. If you want to develop some of your capabilities ethics, then write down some of your capability skills you think you're going to develop in your interviewing. And if you've got draft questions, then you can put them in here as well. So you're seeing that this is probably all the same type of interview. So if you're interviewing children and then you're interviewing old people, you might have to redo this twice. So you do it shorter, but for 2 different groups. Then explain how you're going to get permissions, and then explain your interview. How will you interview them? How will you contact them? What types of questions are you going to use? What are some possible questions and their purpose? And then really analyzing the language that you're using. Are you being formal, professional, casual, conversational? What is it that you're doing to engage people? What is the strength of your writing? Okay, so this is an activity you can add to page 4 if you want to. If you've already covered this elsewhere, you do not have to. It's not compulsory. But if you feel like you haven't really got much analytical evidence yet, this is a really great activity that you can add to it. Okay, good luck.